Now we're moving on to our speed and agility portion of our workout. In your packet, there's a memo that describes not only the volume, how many reps, sets, and so forth for the exercises, but which day we should be doing things. So please refer to that. And again, if there's any questions, give me a holler. The cell number or the work number here is 302-832-1614. My email address again is mwomer@comcast.net. So just please reach out if there's any questions. We're going to be introducing Shelby to this portion here shortly. We're going to go out to the field house and get on the turf and do the exercises. The point I really want to drive home here is when we're making cuts, we should stomp a mud hole. It's one of my favorite phrases. If I'm changing direction, I shouldn't engage in pitter-patter, what I'm going to refer to as soft steps. One aggressive step to change direction. You'll see Shelby doing those exercises here in a touch. All righty? The next event is the 4-cone drill. We're going to start by setting up 4 cones, approximately 10 yards apart. For sake of this video, we reduced it closer to 5, but when you're doing the exercise, make sure we set them up approximately 10 yards apart. We want to be able to do this exercise going in each direction. Please refer to the memo for the workload and number of sets and reps. You'll see Shelby go ahead and perform this from the right side. Go ahead, Shelby. So she's going to run to the cone, make a cut, shuffle, make another cut, make a cut from the back, and then shuffle on over. That would be 1 repetition. Then she's going to slide over and show you that we're going to perform this exercise on both sides, enabling us to practice our cuts equally on each side. Go ahead, Shelby, show off a little bit. There's a cut, we're shuffling over, making a backside cut, and wrapping up the last few yards. Thank you, Shelby. The next movement in our agility work is the pro drill. We're going to start by setting up 3 cones, approximately 5 yards apart. We'll begin by straddling the center cone. We'll break to our left, touch the invisible line with our left hand, go back to the far cone with our right hand, and run through the final cone. That is the pro drill. The next exercise is a wind sprint. We're gonna set the cones up 40 yards apart and do 10 aggressive wind sprints. Go ahead, Shelby, give me a sprint. Perfect. 40 yards, 10 times.
Next is the L drill. Use 3 cones 10 yards apart in the shape of an L. For video purposes, we made them shorter. Shelby's gonna run it for you. For more information, see the sheet.
The last exercise is gassers. We're gonna set up cones 5 yards apart. We're gonna have a 5-yard cone, a 10-yard cone, and a 15-yard cone. Go ahead, Shelby, show us off here a little bit. So you're gonna run to the first cone, touch the imaginary line. I really would like us to alternate the hands in which we touch with. That enables us to make sure that we're getting equal opportunities to cut on each leg. And then you run through the cone on the final one. Gassers. The final part of this series is core. We're going to be using, once again, Shelby. She's going to be modeling the 3 different core exercises we're going to do, so they'll be coming up next. Our first exercise in the core is Palm Sunday. We lay on our back with our feet flat and our knees up towards the ceiling. You'll see our palms are facing the ceiling. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our core to pull our shoulder blades off the ground so our fingers slide towards our feet. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and that's an example of Palm Sunday. The next exercise we refer to as left over. You'll start in the same position and bring your left leg over, and then bring your right hand behind, and then in a controlled manner, crunch up in a diagonal manner. There's 1, 2, 3, and the other form of this is the right over. It's not quite as much fun to say. You're just simply going to alternate parts, and we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, the third exercise in our core portion is the bum plank. So we'll start with feet flat on the ground, arms flat, and we'll raise our hips in the air, and always squeezing our bum cheeks together to thoroughly engage our glutes as well as our hamstrings. Then as we get proficient in this manner, we'll raise our hands up, applying more pressure and more workload to the bum and your hamstrings. And once that becomes manageable, we'll then go ahead and dig our heels in, popping our toes up, increasing once again the workload. The goal is to work towards 30 seconds and then progress accordingly. Perfect. All right, that'll wrap up everything we needed to video for both the resistance side, the core portion, as well as the speed and agility. Don't forget to refer to the memo for reps, sets, and all the GUI information necessary on the speed and agility. Please note, however, we did not film the 2-mile run. We want to do that once a week to make sure that we keep our legs under us. Please make sure that you're getting all your work done so when you arrive in August or September, you're ready to go. Any questions, reach out to me at the gym, 302-832-1614, and or my email address, mwolmer, M-W-O-M-E-R @comcast.net. And remember, you're welcome to come in and gym anytime. Just sign in and we'll get you all paperwork squared away. Hope to see you soon.